evening, everybody. Welcome to the Lawson Rink for this Northeast Conference showdown between the Winthrop Vikings and the Danvers Falcons. My name is Joe Messeri, set to bring you all the action of what should be another classic matchup between these two teams. Danvers, the winner in the first matchup up at Salem State, but Winthrop looking for a little bit of revenge here tonight and on their home surface. And Jack, what more do you need to say about this game? It's really comes down to, Winthrop is playing for the conference title. They not only have to beat Danvers, they also have to beat Saugus, but they've got to take care of Danvers first here tonight. They lead by 1 point over Danvers in the standings.
Yeah, we need the W here tonight, Joe. We're in our home rink here. We've been playing good hockey, but so haven't Danvers. I think we're in for an exceptional high school hockey game here tonight. It should be a lot of fun.
All right, Jack, we're set to get underway. Both teams have got a little more healthy over the weeks as Connell O'Brien is back in action along with Andrew Brugman. Andrew sat out last game with he was ill, and now O'Brien is back, but I'm not going to be seeing quite as much time as he has. They're going to work him in, and one of the star players for Danvers, Kyle McCullough, who's been out for a few weeks, is also back centering. He's centering against Bobby Nealon. Nealon out there with Nick Martino and Matt Driscoll, defensively, Pat Gunn, and Mark Paulson and Adam Sullivan starting in net. C.J. Sullivan in net for Danvers. Winthrop kept in nicely by Nealon. Nealon pushes it down low. Picked up by Betancourt. Jeff Betancourt wraps it up the boards. Nealon, nope, kept in at the point. Now it's intercepted by McCullough. McCullough brings it back 3-on-2. Up ahead to Duggan. Brian Duggan. Shot saved, Sullivan, and he ties it up. So Duggan out there with McCullough and Hayes, one of the leading scoring lines in this conference. Winthrop, Nealon, Driscoll, and Martino. Face off to the right of Sullivan. It's Nealon against McCullough. Won by Winthrop. Winthrop bringing it out. Pass up, intercepted. Now Hayes dumps it in the Winthrop end. Winthrop down to pick it up is Gunn. Gunn behind his own net, up the boards. Driscoll can't clear it. Now it's Bobby Nealon. Nealon gets away from a defender, and Nealon bringing it back. And it's going to be whistled dead, and we'll have a face-off outside the Winthrop blue line.
Joe, Danvers brings a lot of players to this game here. They have some good quick players, and they all got good size out there too.
And Jack, they all seem to get in the action too. Danvers is a team that could, if needed. Winthrop, nice little play to dump it in. This is DeLeo now, out there with Garino along the blue line. This is Brugman. Shot tip goes wide. Nice tip there. Getting on it. In fact, was Flannery. Flannery out starting this on this unit with Garino. And that puck is cleared. It goes right down the center of the ice, picked up by DiBenedetto, and now picked control by Brugman. Brugman going to bring it back. Slaps it to center, but it's picked up by Langmaid. Langmaid dumps it in the Winthrop end. Winthrop with control right in the middle of the ice now to DeLeo. DeLeo turns up ice, now flips it in. Going after it hard is Flannery. And now DeLeo hit hard along the boards, but DeLeo gets the puck out. Now Scott's one of the high flyers for Danvers. Nice little shot, but good hit by Garino to break it up. Garino with a good play to get back in the action. Now Danvers at center. Pushes it in the Winthrop end. Going after it this is O'Brien. Actually, O'Brien is up, getting some time early. Kept in at the point. Now it's outside the line, and Winthrop clears it along the boards, and now Danvers with it. Scoreless first period, just underway here from Lawson Rink. Long shot, deflected, goes behind the net. Winthrop going after it. Winthrop now changed up. It's all along the boards, kept in, and intercepted now by O'Brien. Good to see O'Brien back. A lot of hitting early in this hockey game. Long pass to Wilson. He couldn't get around the defenseman. And now bringing it back the other way. Good back checking by Wilson. He breaks it up. Danny Wilson pops it to center. Picked up by Betancourt. Jeff Betancourt. And Danvers does a good job to flip it in the Winthrop end. Mark Paulson. But this will be no icing. They wave it off. One official had the hand up. And now Wilson clears it to center. Picked up by Brian Duggan. Duggan dumps it in. Now Pat Gunn back for Winthrop. Gunn. A little bit of skating room. He's knocked down. McCullough with it now. Puts it along behind the net. Now along the boards, Moran. And Danvers with it. Dangerously in front. The shot went wide. Back at the point now. This is Manley. Danvers throwing it on net, but it's broken up. and cleared. And Winthrop. Now, I think that's a good move by Winthrop. That's what I think they need to do once in a while that they don't do, is just ice the puck. You know, set it up. Don't worry about icing the puck. Get the face off.
I'm sure that's what Coach told me before the game. You start running around your own end, and Captain Paulson did the right thing there, Joe.
I think so.
He iced the puck. Now we're setting up on our own end. You're right. We're ready to...
It was one of the things I was talking about before the game at home with my hockey expert wife, and she was in agreement with me as well. All right, Danvers with it now. Winthrop with it. Nice long pass over the line. Driscoll spun around, and it's kept in nicely at the point. Now behind the net. Ooh, just missed Driscoll's stick. Now up the boards. Danvers kept in smartly at the point by Brugman. Going after it now. Driscoll, nice play to get it behind the net. Now it's right in front. Nealon the shot block. Good block there defensively. Nealon now smartly back to the Benedetto. His shot tipped loose. And it goes in the corner. Danvers is on it. Danvers out of play. We'll have a face-off to the right of C.J. Sullivan.
It's good to see Matt Driscoll back in the action, too.
Yeah, Driscoll's had some injuries. But they need his scoring out there. He's one of the leading goal scorers for this team, along with DeLeo. And DeLeo now centering.
With Garino. Garino's already given out a couple punishing checks this game, Joe. You see a catch a couple of them?
Yep. Shot here, blocked. And Winthrop now trying to get it out. They do. Flip it behind Garino. Garino and Horn go after it. Horn gets to it. Now Winthrop gives it up, though. Now down low, it's Gunn. Gunn up the boards. Garino, it's out of the zone. The race is on. Danvers is changing up. DeLeo hustling after it hard. DeLeo trying to win the puck. Battles along the boards. Garino goes right in. Garino behind the net. The wraparound. It floats up high. Winthrop trying to get a stick on it. Can't do it. And the net is loose, and now they whistle it dead, and we'll have a face-off to the left of Sullivan. Good hustle by Garino. He nearly made it happen as he went behind, but Sullivan had the corner covered. It popped up in the crease area, but Winthrop couldn't get a stick on it.
A couple of players that was right in front of 3 or 4 players, Joe, that was right down by their skates, and no one could touch it for a few seconds there.
Well, this is what you play for, Jack. It's good to be involved in these type of games late in the season like this, and Winthrop seems like they were always...
Well, Joe, the way the schedule's set up, we should be going into the tournament with a couple of tough games under our belt.
No doubt about it. They're going to be like tournament games. Save Sullivan, a beauty from the shot from the point. As Sullivan looks sharp. Now Winthrop for the rush. Nice pass with one hand. Gets it across to Wilson, puts it in front. Backhand save. Rebound. Wide of the net. Good effort by Winthrop there. And now at the point, teed up. Shot deflected. And Winthrop gets this cleared as Paulson kept it in, as Winthrop with some good chances there.
I think the Danvers defense has the same theories that when in doubt, get rid of the puck, take the face off, regroup.
Yeah, and especially in you've got a small rink like this. Puck, there isn't a lot of room behind the net to work. Nealon on the draw, controlled by Danvers as it's Gotts to Gotts. Gotts now. Gotts is a big scorer for this team. And away they come. Martino, long pass, floats past Driscoll. Driscoll going after it hard. Good hard hit by Driscoll. Driscoll now battling the puck along the boards, and Danvers gets it up and out of the zone, but picked up by Brugman. Brugman thinking of bringing it back, but it's broken up. Now to Benedetto. Good job to get it to center. Driscoll now back in the Winthrop end. Over to Brugman. Brugman, little room to set it up. Brugman now, a shift and a pass, a nice one up to Driscoll. Driscoll now dumps it in the Danvers end. Need a little more mustard on that one, but...
Yeah, that should go in the corner.
Now Danvers with... And that's what he has to do when he's making all the stops.
Yeah, he's at least a couple feet out of the net, cutting down the angle nicely on that one. Adam looks like he's sharp tonight, Joe.
Yeah, he does, and he's standing up, and that's what they want him to do.
Yeah, they're all ready for this big game.
Oh, you can just feel it. The atmosphere is electric in here.
Probably the biggest crowd we've had this year.
Sure. You know it's a big game if my parents have made the trip up. Garino now in the middle, and it's intercepted and put back in the Winthrop end. This is Paulson, Mark Paulson. Pass over. Now up to Garino. Luke trying to get control of it, can't do it. Winthrop does get control, and the pass up is too far, but it goes into the Danvers end. This is Betancourt. Pass up. Oh, hard hit there by Garino. Check that. That was Gunn. Intercepted now in front by Flannery. Flannery playing it along the boards. Winthrop trying to get to it, kept in by Betancourt. He'll tee it up short, way wide. Long rebound controlled by Winthrop, and they pump it out. The race is on. The Winthrop players get to it first. DeLeo tries the backhand pass. Good thought, but couldn't make it happen. Now it's down low, and it's Betancourt. He overskated it. Winthrop, look how fast Moran was in on the play. Moran behind the net. Now it's up the boards, but Winthrop is changing up. Coming in quickly is Wilson now. Intercepted by Winthrop. They keep it in. They shovel it down low. Bouncing puck controlled by Sullivan. Oh, the players want this one. Winthrop hasn't had the greatest of scoring chances. They've had some chances, but not what you'd call great scoring chances thus far. And for that matter, I don't think Danvers has either. I mean, they've had shots, some few shots. Puck control. Eruzione nicely back to the point. Tees it up. Shot. The block goes in the corner. And Winthrop gets this, stays in the zone. And Moran can't control it, and they dump icing against Danvers. And that's good for Winthrop. We'll have a face-off down this end. No score with 7:39, almost halfway through this first period.
Yeah, Joe, we're jammed up here in the booth tonight with a second TV crew to our left here.
Well, you know, the bigger the game, the more you're gonna get. I mean, Nealon on the draw, gets hammered. Driscoll going after it, tied up by Hayes. Driscoll can't get to the puck, and Winthrop. McCullough gets it out as Danvers is away. McCullough, Duggan, but it's O'Brien playing Duggan. In the middle, long pass, just a little too far for Nealon, and it'll be icing. I wish we could have that one back. Just a little too far, as Nealon would have had some room to skate it free. But we'll have a whistle and a face-off down in the Winthrop end.
Boy, this game is even as you can get so far, Joe.
Oh, these two teams
Both teams playing exactly the same type of game. Nobody wants to make a mistake, but they're going all out.
Well, both teams had a little bit of letdown this past week. Prior to this game, Danvers was hammered by the Sachems. 7-4, kept Saugus very much alive. Tie that one up, and that was a big tie because it gives Winthrop the advantage in the conference. Now Winthrop with it, trying to get it up and out of the zone, having a little trouble now. Moran, Danvers, but Winthrop with a little bit of room now, and they get it out of the zone. Wilson on the fly down the wing, and now Eruzione. A back pass, knocked off the puck. Pass was behind him. Not much Eruzione could do, but kept it at the point. Nice play there, beautiful play. Pass up to Moran, the shot blocked. Winthrop with some great chances. That was a beautiful pass. Good job at the point again by Brugman. What a master at that point. Now Moran, nice shift. The shot blocked again. How many shots is Danvers going to block early in this game? And that one's going to be cleared, and it's going to go all the way down on Sullivan. Wow, we had some chances though there. And Winthrop dumps it in, and I'm not so sure that's what they wanted to do. But now we'll get an icing call, and we'll get a face-off back in the Winthrop end. Wow.
Well, that was good action. I tell you, Mike Moran was set up more than once in that
a couple times.
shift. Boy, nice to see Derek Brugman back at the point, Joe. Huh?
Oh, Andrew, yeah.
Excuse me, Andrew.
Yeah, but 2 times. Well, Derek said we just talked to Derek
right. We
before
will
the
probably
game.
talk to some of these players in between periods.
We got a whole slew of the alumni.
I'm sure I've
here.
mentioned Derek a couple times this year, but
That's
Andrew's smooth, like pulling the puck in and pulling it away and creating that offensive punch out there.
Incredible. He's like a magician, I'm telling you. Now O'Brien. It's a Flannery. O'Brien and Flannery. Danvers keeps it in. Langmaid along the point, but it's blocked. Now Winthrop, Flannery. Good job to spin it out of the zone, and away goes DeLeo. DeLeo. Shot is blocked, or the pass. Now goes behind the net. Winthrop. Danvers does a good job of getting that good. Wow, what do we have? As the whistle and the net is loose, and the face-off will be outside the line. But just the same, Winthrop will get the face-off. Danvers had the puck, but the face-off's up around center.
Joe, you can see that strong point from Danvers on the passes in their own zone,
yeah.
man. That's not the first one like that. Hey, precision right inside their own zone to get it out.
The right check, just zip right along the ice, and you know it seems like it's been a strong suit for Danvers for years. I mean, they've always had great, defensemen.
They're going to be tough on the tournament again this year. I'd say I'd put them favored. I think they got Duxbury right now rated number one, and Danvers is going to be right up along with the Vikings.
Well, they always seem to come through in the tournament, have some great tournament games, and they did it again last year, but it's broken up. Now it's pushed down low. Loose puck. Winthrop can't get a stick on it. Now it's out to center. Controlled, and now pushed back in the Danvers end. This is Langmaid. Broken up. Winthrop with it. Winthrop having trouble getting control. Wait, they want a shot save, and the rebound just away from the stick of Flannery. Just a couple inches away from where they wanted, it seems, in this one. The pass out to center is going to be icing against Danvers. Jack, I tell you, that puck is just laying there at times, and if Winthrop would...
Yeah, well, just a split second away from scoring here.
It just seems like it. I mean, we've had the chances down here that, not the great goal-scoring chances, but the puck seems to be in the area where we can make something happen, more so than Danvers thus far in this game. Kneeling on the draw. And controlled by Danvers. That's McCullough. And he gets it out of the zone. The race is on. Duggan with Brugman. Good back checking by Brugman. Duggan in front. And it's intercepted by Driscoll. Now Hayes. This is the big line for the Danvers Falcons. Winthrop gets it out of the zone. Nice rush now. Nealon on the move. Around McCullough. Trying to get around them. Battling McCullough though. It's the puck. Winthrop in to help out is Driscoll. And now Danvers with it. Martino, broken up.
Penalty.
Winthrop, good job of keeping it in, but now a penalty against Winthrop. It's going to be going against a boarding call. He was getting pinned, and he let himself get caught up in it. And that's one of the things that McCullough will do well. He'll bait you into a bad penalty. Now this could be a big moment in this game. Short-handed now. Winthrop, first penalty of the hockey game, and no score with 4:24 remaining in the game. And this line has now got Gotts up front with McCullough. Hayes goes back to the point. Betancourt on the point. And this is a formidable power play, to say the least. This is Hayes now. Hayes going to keep it himself and dump it in the Winthrop end. On it first is Gunn. Gunn flips it up the boards, not out. Now down low. Winthrop's going to have to be on top of their game on the penalty kill here. Danvers now behind the net. Danvers is patient now, waiting for the kill. Shot save, rebound. Cleared back to the point. Langmaid dumps it down low. Betancourt. Duggan gonna tee it up. Shot wide of the net. Net'll go out of the zone. A break for Winthrop as it floats down into the Danvers end. 50 seconds remaining on the power play. All right, DeLeo out there along with Wilson. Penalty kill. Winthrop, good job. They shuffle it in. It's going to be shot to save by Sullivan, but they have a whistle and an offsides call. And that slows the play a little bit, slows it down. We get a whistle. And we're back up at center. 42 seconds remaining on the power play. Now, this is Wilson out there with DeLeo. DeLeo did an admirable, what a great job he did last game on defense, though. Filling in for two all-conference defensemen. And he just did a fantastic job.
Joe, but then when we needed those 2 goals, he
moved them up. That's where it hurt us. I mean, we lost his scoring punch, but he did a fantastic job. Now Danvers, the slot, shot, save. It goes along the boards, kept in by Betancourt. Now down low, back to the point man, rolling puck. This is Betancourt, slides it over to McCullough, shot wide of the, I don't know if it hit the post. This is Hayes now. Winthrop just needs to get one good steal here, and they may be able to bang it out of the zone. Shot there, blocked. Winthrop trying to battle for it. It's loose, not cleared, kept in. Along the blue line, power play is up. Power play is up. Winthrop not reacting like it is, and now they clear it out of the zone. But Winthrop again does the job, killing off that penalty. And that was the big guns for Danvers, and they were shut down. That may give them a little lift there, momentum-wise, with no score in the first.
Well, we might have started from scoring there, Joe, but they can set up pretty good. They look real good out there.
Oh, they like to take the shots from. Well, you like to use the guys at the head of along the.
Well, they keep one guy behind the net, as you see.
Yeah,
and, they have the 3-2, and they pass the puck around pretty good. But Winthrop did come up with the actually only 2 shots on net for that power play.
All right, puck along the boards. Martino trying to battle, trying to flip it out. Can't do it. Shot blocked. Down in the corner, Driscoll back out there with Nealon. That line is intact, but Danvers gets it intercepted. And away goes Nealon, but he can't quite get to the puck. Winthrop now, good rush. The pass there was behind Driscoll. Shot in on Sullivan. He leaves it in the corner for O'Brien. Wraps it up the boards, not out. Kept in at the point. Shot blocked by Driscoll. Driscoll sacrificing the body with a block. Shot here, save, Sullivan. Loose puck, cleared away by Winthrop. Danvers now with a little bit of, and a whistle, and we have another penalty, or just, we have an injured Danvers player. Maybe they stopped it because of that.
Joe, did you catch that play by Driscoll diving at the point shot? You know, you throw everything into it.
And the face-off is up outside the blue line because of the injured player stop and play. Winthrop had the puck. Okay, this is Citrone centering now. Winthrop with the puck. And a nice rush here. Nice, beautiful rush by Wilson. Kicks it free. Wilson broke it up in the back checking of Danvers. I tell you, Danvers gets back quickly. This is Brugman. What a play by Brugman. Shot blocked. Now Moran. Moran spun around. Kept in by Brugman. Plays it smartly along the blue line. O'Brien. Shot wide of the net. The rebound comes out and flipped up. Brugman with an opportunity can't keep it in. Danvers gets control of it. Citrone, but he gave it away. Danvers with it. Now Brugman. O'Brien with it. O'Brien gonna rush it himself. O'Brien over the line. O'Brien, a gun, the shot, saved by Sullivan. Sorry, that was Gunn. You're right, Jack.
Yeah, it's hard to see that 8 and the 2, but boy, good defensive rushes there by the Vikings. Yeah. And again, Sullivan comes up with a nice save.
Brugman he's on tonight though. He could just.
Now that rush by Danny Wilson was beautiful. He just tried to go to the forehand, Joe, and he drove himself into traffic. I think maybe a backhander at the corner might be a better bet for him there. Yeah. That was a nice rush.
Another nice rush by Wilson. You're right, Jack. Flannery now along the boards. You know, I don't think Winthrop's as healthy as I thought because Leclerc has not seen any action in this game. And we could use Leclerc's size in a game like this. It's in the net and we'll have a face-off. But Leclerc he has been absent here in this first period. His name was on the roster. No, I was unaware of that.
57 seconds left, Joe.
Okay, we got under a minute, Jack. That's big face-off now to the left of Sullivan. This is Duggan now taking the draw. Winthrop gets control of the puck. Now Danvers. Now Winthrop gets it back. Long pass, popped out, and away goes Winthrop. Races on. Good job by Garino to try to get control of it, but Danvers picks it up. Wrapped it up the boards. Not out. Paulson keeps it in down low to Flannery. Going after it now is Garino. Garino back to Flannery. Flannery at his feet. Flannery shuffles it down along the boards. Going after it is Luke now. Luke battling. Luke trying to play it back to the point. Duggan pops it out. Winthrop trying to keep it in. Should have been an offsides against Winthrop. It looked like it to me anyway. Now Winthrop with it, up the boards. Winthrop with a little bit of room to skate it out, and they do. They get it out of the zone. Nice play. That's Flannery. Flannery leaves it for DeLeo. DeLeo trying to set something up, can't do it. And now Danvers, we get a whistle behind the play. Yep. Penalty called on the Falcons, and Winthrop was going to have its first power play of this game. There's only 14 seconds remaining in the period. But Danvers with the whistle.
It must have been on the Flannery check they called the hole, was it? Is that what you saw?
And a face-off to the right of Sullivan. This could be Winthrop. Good chance here if they can get control of this draw. Still enough time to make something happen at the end of this period. Face-off against Dubé. Winthrop wins it. Wilson, but he can't get control of it. Now keeps it in, puts it on the stick of Driscoll, but now it's controlled by Danvers, and they clear it. They hammer it down the Winthrop end. We're down to 4 seconds, and Winthrop doesn't want to do anything foolish with it at this point, and that will do it for the period. A scoreless first period here from the Larson rink, and it's everything we thought it was going to be. As both teams skate off, a tight hockey game, and Winthrop will have a power play when we return for 1:16 to start the second period. And we'll try to get word on Frank Leclerc as he is up. Flannery's done a good job. He's filling in for Leclerc, but like to have everybody, because this is one of those games you want to have every single part of your team working. And Winthrop will go into the locker room with a tie after one. All right, Joe Messeri, Jack Trainer, Mike D'Elia, Sean English working the collision cam back at the Larson rink. Winthrop and Danvers, second period, no score. Winthrop on a power play for another minute, 5 seconds. Winthrop over the line. This is Nealon. They can set it up now. Snaps it over to Gunn. Gunn. Down low now, back to Gunn. Back up top to Brugman. Brugman tees it up. Shot. Blocked. Nealon now. Back to Brugman again. Brugman along the blue line. Over to Gunn. Gunn snaps it down in the corner to Nealon. Nealon, good job to keep control of it and put it back on the stick of Brugman. Brugman going to tee it up now. Fakes it. Nealon with it. Brugman one time. Tip. Goes wide. Driscoll with it now. Driscoll turns it back to Gunn. Gunn over to Brugman. Brugman back to Gunn. Gunn going to step up. Shot all the way through, but it's wide of the net. Nealon now. Back to Brugman. 22 seconds left. Nealon to Brugman. Brugman shoots it. Shot. Save. Now along the boards. Gunn to Driscoll. Driscoll back to the point, but it's outside the line. It rolls all the way down on the stick of Sullivan, and there's only 5 seconds left on the power play. They got it where they wanted it, Jack.
Yes, they did. They set it up pretty good, Joe. Got a couple of good opportunities there. Not a bad power play at all.
No. Now pushed in. Danvers at full strength. Now Garino breaks it up. Garino. Lucas Garino. He's out there with Leclerc and DeLeo. Now along the blue line, over the line. This is Hayes. Broken up. Now Paulson. Paulson's going to turn and get it out of there. They give it away. Now Danvers with a little bit of room. They play it loose in front. They go back to the point. Betancourt blocked. Shot hit the post. Hayes hit the post. He had more than enough room to put it home, and he hit the post.
Joe had him selling it, falling down on the other side of the net. He had the whole net. He tried a quick one-timer and banged it off the post. Come out.
Wow, that was right down here. And a break for Winthrop as Winthrop gave it away in their own end, and they can't afford to do that. Now Paulson, and he loses it, gets it back though. Now Leclerc trying to push it in, can't do it. Paulson again. Paulson broken up. Now O'Brien back to retrieve it. O'Brien wraps it up, giving away. Shot tip, hit the side of the net. Danvers now is capitalizing. Winthrop making mistakes. And Winthrop not clearing it. And again, the shot goes wide along the boards. Good pressure by Danvers. Garino does a good job to get it out of play. As Winthrop with the sloppiest moments of this hockey game.
No doubt about it, Joe. Looked a little weak there. Running around, losing the puck. Danvers beating us to everything.
All right, Winthrop, no score here in the second period. Boy, that first goal was going to feel big in this one, though. So often the case. Last game was like a roller coaster of goals. Once the goals started coming, they were fast and furious. Both teams back and forth, back and forth. Wilson trying to break it up. Can't do it now. And he ties it up for the face-off. Face-off.
Mike Moran's in a lot of action tonight so far. You see, yeah, Frank Leclerc's back in action.
Yep, Moran out there now with the Ruzioni and Wilson. On defense, Brugman and Benedetto. Face off to the right of Sullivan. Controlled by Winthrop. They get it back to Brugman. Brugman, the little shake and bake move. The shot is way out of play as he slid around the forward.
I think
with
that's
the
going to
greatest
be
of ease.
Just beyond the face-off circle, I believe.
All right, we'll do it again. Justin Dubé will take the face off for Danvers against the Ruzioni. Ruzioni pushes the draw down in the corner. Danvers with it. And they snap it up. Kept in by Brugman. Beautiful pass up to Wilson. Wilson trying to put it in front. They do. And they won't go home. Now, I didn't see it, but it looks like Sullivan made a great stop on that one. And Danvers gets it out of the zone. Winthrop back. Good play by Brugman to break it up. Brugman now. Oh, what a move by Brugman. What a move by Brugman. And he gets it up and out. All the way down on Sullivan. They had another good chance there. Good pass. Moran to the trailer. Ruzioni. Back comes Gunn now. Gunn the rush. Dumps it in. It goes all the way down on the stick of Sullivan. Great chances here for both teams. Winthrop kept in. Nice play. Gunn right in front. Backhand shot. Blocked. And back comes Danvers. Winthrop got Nealon back. Nealon on defense now. Nealon playing the body well along the boards. Danvers keeps control though. Puts it in front. Broken up nicely by Paulson. Paulson trying to get control. Puts it behind the net though. Winthrop. Danvers going after it. Martino. I'm going to penalty. No, excuse me. I thought I saw a hand go up. Martino now. And Nealon battling along the boards. Excuse me, Paulson. Dug out by Martino. Martino shot in on Sullivan. Controlled now by Gunn. Gunn flips it along the boards. So do it. Driscoll. Oh, he's seconds away from, just inches away, bringing that out. Now they do. Martino gets it away to Driscoll. Driscoll over the line. Nealon the trailer. Driscoll right in. Shot. Save. Driscoll gets the rebound. Martino loose in front. Can't get it to him. Back along the boards. Nealon now. Turns to the net. Nealon. Broken up. Nealon gets it back. Shot. Wide of the net. Martino now. Winthrop trying to get control of it along the boards. And kept in by Paulson. He'll tee it up. Shot. Trickled wide. Rebound. Loose. Winthrop trying to get a stick on it. Can't do it. You can feel the electricity in this rink. Now Brugman with the puck. Andrew Brugman flips it in the Danvers end. Winthrop changing up. DeLeo roars onto the ice. And Danvers gets a break now. Away they come. They got 2-on-1. Shot across. St. Sullivan. What a big stop with the stick. On a great tip by Danvers. Another great play by DiBenedetto as Winthrop can't clear it. Coming back hard. Hayes down low. It's a stop by Sullivan. What a stop by Sullivan.
Joe, that's one of the top glove saves of the year.
Winthrop got caught. Now, though, you can feel it. This crowd is...
We're heating up down here.
The Danvers crowd is right down this end, Jack, so... They send out the DeLeo line with LeClaire. Shot wide of the net. Long rebound along the boards. Garino goes after it. It's outside the line. Garino now. Garino breaks it up. Garino going behind the net. Battling, puts it in front. No, it couldn't quite make its way through. It's loose. LeClaire, the shot. Blocked. Action really picking up now down low. Going in the corner now. DeLeo back to the point. Paulson plays it outside the line. Now Gunn. Winthrop setting it up. Gunn dumps it in. Boy, Gunn, he seems like he always makes the right call, I'll tell you. Long pass broken up. Winthrop pushed in again. Winthrop breaks it up, but away comes Betancourt. The big line out there for Danvers. Winthrop breaks it up. DeLeo, his shot is blocked. Goes in the corner. LeClaire trying to play it back to DeLeo, but it's blocked again. Hayes knocked down. And back comes Danvers. They flip it down the length of the ice. It's going to go all the way down on Sullivan. Sullivan leaving it for Gunn. Pack Gunn. Coming back. Slips off his stick. Danvers now. Broken up. Good back checking by Wilson. Big play by Wilson. Winthrop can't clear it. Danvers keeps it in. Shot. Save Sullivan. Rebound cleared away by Gunn. What a play by Gunn to clear that one away. Wilson on the move now. Benny Wilson on the fly. Wilson goes wide. Broken up. Wilson retrieves it. Hit. Behind the net now. Back to the point. Slides it. Over to Brugman. His shot. Save. Rebound outside the line. Wow, Jack, I'll tell you. There's back one way now, back the other way. Danvers plays it in. Brugman with it, though. Brugman flips it up to Wilson. Wilson with the shift and pushes it in the Danvers end. Ruzioni and Moran going after it. Moran kept in by Brugman. On the stick of Ruzioni very nearly, but now it's picked up by Wilson. Wilson down in front. Back to the point man. Paulson. He'll turn. Flip it in. Moran, now Wilson. Wilson, knocked down, can't get to the puck. And wrapped up the boards. Not out, kept in by Paulson. Pushes it down low. Danvers with it, Langmaid, and he'll clear it. This could be icing, and it is going to be icing against Danvers. Wow.
We're starting to take the momentum the other way. And we're seeing some pretty good high school hockey here in the last few minutes.
7:15, that time just ticked away in that period on that sequence. As we had back and forth action. And now a face-off to the right of C.J. Sullivan. Danvers is thus far out shooting Winthrop in this hockey game. Now Nealon centering. Driscoll and Martino wins it cleanly. Back to the point. There's the shot. Wide of the net. Winthrop's got to get those on net. Now O'Brien pushes it down low. This is Driscoll. Nice move to elude the defender. Driscoll pushes it down low to Nealon. Nealon right in front. Martino keeps hand on it. Shoves at it. Can't put it home. The shot there. Gun never saw its way through. Kept in by Winthrop. Some great chances if Winthrop could have got something on it. Driscoll now. Driscoll trying to make something happen. Wins the puck. Driscoll now puts it in front, but it goes all the way back and out of play.
Boy, Mr. Martino had himself a goal. They got a little more wood in that puck.
Oh, he's got to be seeing that one tonight. He's going to be thinking about it. He's got to shake that one off because that was right there in front of the net. We've had a few of those where we just can't put it in. We really haven't gotten shots on those type of plays.
I hope Sean English is down there with the collision cam getting the action. Keeping his finger on that button.
DeLeo out there with LeClaire and Garino. DeBenedetto at the point along with Andrew Brugman. Back comes Danvers. This is the big guns for Danvers. They feather it in so nicely. Hayes is right in. Shot save. Sullivan. Rebound Sullivan, and he puts it in the corner. Another great play by Sullivan. They tip it up, and they try to play it out. Winthrop now. You know, they are going to be, this line is happy to be back together, I'll tell you. The bad boys of Danvers with Duggan and McCullough, and broken up nicely by Brugman. Put it home. Brugman keeps it in. Slides it over to DeBenedetto. DeBenedetto up, and a whistle. And we'll have a face-off outside the line. My goodness, what does Winthrop have to do? They just got to get a shot away. They just got to get a stick on that puck. They got goals all over the place. They get a stick on those pucks.
Someone must have been in the crease that time, Joe, for that whistle.
I'm telling you, Jack, C.J. Sullivan was way out of the play on that one. It seemed like the puck lay there for an eternity, but Winthrop unable to get a stick on it. They can't let these plays come back and haunt them because they could be leading in this hockey game. Puck played out of the zone. Alouette out there, Danvers skating its third line. Winthrop got to take advantage of this line. And they do. They break it up. Wilson, Aruzioni in front. He can't get a stick on it. Couldn't get a shot away. Kept in by Gunn. Shot, save, rebound. Is cleared to center. And now away comes Danvers. They got a 2-on-1 material. Shot wide of the net. Long rebound, hit the net, and it goes out of play.
Woo. That one was close.
Blue line. I mean, a lot of the action's up that end. Sometimes it's maybe I'm not seeing what I think I'm seeing, but it sure seems like Winthrop's had the puck loose in front, and they've been unable to get a stick on it to put it home. Not just Martino, but a few other players in this game. Now picked up by O'Brien. Puts it to center. Was controlled by Danvers. Broke it up. Nope, Danvers got it back. Sullivan smartly leaves it behind the net to Brugman. Up the boards. Nice. It takes a weird bounce, and they can't clear it. Martino, they lose it, and away comes Brugman now. Brugman with Nealon. Brugman goes wide with the puck. Brugman puts it across. Nealon, almost home. Nealon now with it. Nealon a little shift. Nealon trying to elude a defender. And kept in by Martino. Now along the boards, kept in. Shot glove by Sullivan. Now that's... Andrew's going to try to keep that one down. Oh, the old throat is not going to hold up in this
No.
one, Jack. I've been sick all week. Not making excuses for myself.
No, as
But-
long as they keep the score down, you know.
Heavily medicated. Puck kept in. Paulson turns, fires, good shot, save Sullivan. Now that was a good one though. Paulson with a good job along that blue line to fire that puck. He's got a good shot on the point. He's got to use it. He's out there with a gun. Nealon on the draw. Nealon wins it nicely back to Paulson, but this time it bounces over his stick. Paulson passes it up. Nice pass. And they got Nealon away. He passes it back to Driscoll. Driscoll going after it. Can't get to it. And kept in nicely by Gunn. Winthrop trying to get to it. Can't do it. And now it's cleared down in the corner. Race is on. Good hit there by Gunn. Danvers going after the puck. Driscoll. Drilson. And now Gunn. Nice play to get it up to Nealon. Nealon on the fly. Danvers is back though. In the corner goes LeClaire. LeClaire with the hit, but he overskated the puck, and back comes Danvers. Long pass, good play, but it goes on in the corner. Danvers now behind the net. Tied up by Sullivan. Here for a second, he lost that puck, but he had the corner covered like he's supposed to. Another good job by Sullivan. We get a face-off to the right of Adam Sullivan. Big face-off down this end because the line of Danvers, of Hayes, McCullough, and Duggan back in action. And a big face-off. DeLeo against McCullough. They win the draw. Danvers, Hayes, back to the point men. They play it along the blue line smartly, but then intercepted by DiBenedetto. DiBenedetto flips it up, but it's a giveaway, and back comes Hayes. Now along the boards, this is Brugman. Brugman with it. Andrew along the boards, up to DeLeo. DeLeo up and into the Danvers end. Now LeClaire going after it. LeClaire, the backhand across. Tied up by Sullivan. Oh, great pass there by LeClaire. But Sullivan with the glove as Garino was loose in front. Boy, those plays, I'm telling you, I feel like I'm seeing the net. I feel like I'm seeing...
3:19 left in the period, Joe.
All right,
It's a long way away down there.
It is face-off now to the right, and it's controlled by Danvers. Danvers is coming back hard, long pass. Broken up by Winthrop. Great play by DiBenedetto, and he flips it out of his zone, and Garino picks it up. Garino had to LeClaire. LeClaire trying to correct himself. Back to DeLeo. DeLeo, and we got a whistle, and we got a Garino in the crease. What do we got? Got a face-off. And Winthrop, again, kind of shoots himself in the foot there, Jack. I never really saw what materialized.
I don't think it was offsides, Joe, and it was a late whistle. It had to do something with the net moving or someone in the crease.
I think just the same. We got a face-off outside the Danvers blue line. No score here in the second period. Rusioni wins the draw into the Danvers end. And it's with it. Manley. No score. As the goal in this one will be big because these two teams have come to play. And now Danvers, they flip it up and out, and we got a whistle.
You could hit someone on the bench there, Joe.
And we got a face-off. 2:46 remaining in the second period here from the Larson rink. No score. Last game, high-scoring game.
I don't remember 2 periods without scoring so far this season.
Good job to keep it in by Gunn, but now Danvers with it. Manley, Winthrop gets the puck. Moran and Rusioni trying to find the way through. Rusioni wins the puck, gets it in the slot to Wilson to hit him in the skate, and back comes Danvers. Oh, trailer in the slot. Shot save, Sullivan. They tied it up. Oh, a big one there. And Sullivan had the awareness to pounce on that puck after it trickled by him. Danvers set that up nicely, though. I mean, they had the trailer right down the slot.
Boy, but our goalie's looking sharp tonight, though. He was right there for that.
Boy, did he.
Knew where the puck was and pounced on it before anyone got there. I tell you, he's looking really good to me.
He really is, and he needed to be in this one because Danvers, let's face it, these are the best two teams in the conference, defending state champions. They're back, they're healthy. Winthrop in first place in the conference. You want to hold on. Face off to the left of Sullivan. Nealon now. The draw won by the Falcons. The short save, Sullivan! Short save again! Sullivan looking so sharp down in front of us. Pass in front, intercepted by Bobby Nealon. Nealon loses it though. Danvers, I tell you, Winthrop can't get sloppy in their own end. Nealon fanned on it now. Now it's controlled by Danvers again, but it gets outside the line. The race is on. C.J. Sullivan. Driscoll hustles after it. It's along the boards. Danvers with it, broken up by Nealon, but Danvers picks it up. They flip it out. Danvers heading back up ice. Shot deflected, goes out of play, and that was up, and you see some of the old Larson rink.
Hey, a little bit like Bobby Hull shot in the guard.
There you go.
That was way up there.
I think I hit some of the asbestos.
It did.
That was right up in the... Face-off will be the top of the face-off circle to the right of Sullivan. Nealon, Driscoll, Martino, Gunn out there with Paulson. It's won by Danvers anyway in the corner, but Winthrop picks it up. Paulson up, not out, again sloppy. Winthrop breaks it up. Winthrop now, Nealon trying to get it out of the zone. They can't do it. Now they do. I tell you, Winthrop not doing themselves any favors though. Clearing it. Nealon bats it down, tries to break it up, hits a skate. Now picked up by Paulson. In the center, goes right to Driscoll. Driscoll broken up. He tried to make a real razzle-dazzle shift move. Couldn't do it. Danvers has a player putt free. 2-on-1 developing, but Gunn is there to snuff any of that out. Oh, great job by... But boy, is he playing like a seasoned defenseman. I don't know if he played...
Yeah, he grew up in junior hockey playing, youth hockey playing
so
defense.
he's played some defense. Jack knows all the history.
As you can see, he can play both ways effectively. But yeah, he's helping us out quite a bit tonight at defense, giving Connor a little bit of a break so he can recoup a little more.
He was mentioned in the Salem News article as one of the underrated players in this unsung players. He's certainly not an unsung player, but they also mentioned Bobby Nealon as one of the fastest player in the conference. Writer for Danvers, Phil Stacy, very high on the Falcons. Compared them to the Beatles of the Northeast Conference. That's pretty high praise. Leclerc battling, and the clock ticking. DeLeo digs it out. DeLeo trying to free up a shot, swings it down low to Leclerc. Leclerc in front, tipped away, but this is against their big guns, and they send the flyer away, and Sullivan will tie it up smartly.
Hey!
Whoa.
Send him off.
That's Duggan. Danvers playing disciplined hockey. Now the official, if he's talking to him like that, he knows he did something wrong. I mean, let's face it, why talk to him? Just send him off. But the officials are not, they've done the job. Danvers came in with all the penalties that they had against Gloucester. They're not a disciplined hockey team, but tonight they have played disciplined hockey.
Well, the penalty to give him, Joe, is a face-off outside the line.
And Duggan
doesn't like it.
Doesn't like the call. And the coaches for Danvers also not happy with the call, but...
I'll give him a minute and a half then.
Danvers wins the puck. Danvers, Hayes, right in, short save, Sullivan. A beauty on Hayes as he robbed him. Absolutely robbed him. Winthrop wins the puck. It's Garrido. He's going to trail him in the clear. And the shot is wide and out of play. It's all right. Luke was thinking, you know what? I think I might just take this one. But the shot is wide. Oh, he robbed Hayes down here. Adam Sullivan, he is just playing spectacular here in this hockey game. Absolutely spectacular. 13 seconds remaining in the period. What a big save to keep it at 0-0 with only 13 remaining. And Danvers now trying to do a little flyer, and they do. Back on the play. Shot save, Sullivan. Stop, Sullivan. What a stop. What a stop. What's that? What a stop by Sullivan as he's making Hayes see stars. Sullivan is just turning Hayes upside down, and Hayes is starting to feel it a little bit out there.
3 seconds left, Joe.
3 seconds left in the period. And the so-called Beatles of hockey are being shut down here tonight. I shouldn't say that. I love the Beatles. All right, big face-off here. Danvers would like to get one quick draw. Puck is blocked by Nealon, and that'll do it for the second period as we go into the locker room, tied at 0-0. And after 2, we have seen no score against either of these two Sullivans.
We'll see some pretty good hockey. Both teams are going at it tonight, Joe. I wonder if one goal is going to win this.
Wow.
Haven't seen a nothing tie in a while.
All right, we'll be back for the start of the third and final period right after this. All right, here we go. The start of the third and final period here from the Larson Rink. Joe Messeri, Jack Trainer, Mike DeLear, and Sean English. We have no score. Winthrop and Danvers, as it has been another classic between these two teams. Both C.J. Sullivan and Adam Sullivan have made all the stops. 18 shots on net for Winthrop, for Danvers in this one. 15 for Danvers, and Winthrop trying to keep it in, and they do. Danvers, this is Driscoll. Driscoll now looking in front. Broken up. Driscoll fighting from his knees. Now Martino against Hayes. Martino, and now it's Betancourt. Winthrop keeping it in, and now they cleared away. Oh, they want to send away that flyer there. You can tell that,
And
Duggan.
they're good at it too,
They
Joe.
are good at it. This is Hayes leaping over. Slides it across. But in front, broken up. Now Duggan, he tips it, and it's fair now played along the boards. Winthrop trying to get to it. Danvers, they send it out and all the way back to the slot, and it's all the way down into the Danvers end. Winthrop changes up quickly. They got DeLeo out there now. They really prefer to have the DeLeo-Leclerc line against the, DeLeo-Leclerc-Garino line against the Hayes line. Pass up, Luke. Luke dumps it in. Going after it, DeLeo. No score in this hockey game. This has been another classic. Great job by Brugman again to keep it in. DeLeo shot wide of the net. Bound goes in the corner. Going after it hard is Garino. And now it pops up Gotts. He can't get to it, and picked up by Brugman. Brugman shoots it in. Oh, off the stick of Langmaid. Langmaid up the boards. Leclerc over to get it. Leclerc battling. Garino gonna go after him. He's shooting. DeLeo. DeLeo uses his body, trying to get control. Leclerc pushes it behind the net. Leclerc going after it. Leclerc banging. Leclerc, and now Luke. Luke battling. Leclerc battling. DeLeo. They keep it in at the point. They slide it over the blue line, but it's outside the line. And now it's Brugman. Waits him Leclerc and then dumps it in. Winthrop. You know the situation. They lead by a point over Danvers and Saugus. They need wins over both teams to lock it up. They also have Beverly on the slate in the middle of those two Northeast Conference contests. Now Winthrop, back they come. Wilson, he'll take the shot. Wide of the net. Long rebound. Rusioni trying to get it to Moran. It goes in behind the net. And now this is Danvers with it. Kept in by Wilson. Wilson, loose in front, tipped away. Now kept in on the stick of Moran. Moran, the backhand is blocked. Winthrop unable to get any real quality shots. And now Danvers bangs it out. But Winthrop's got players back, fortunately. Paulson, as Winthrop stepped up with some of their offensive players, their defense stepped up. Now Winthrop breaks it up. Danvers, Winthrop gets control of it. Winthrop now, rush here, nice one by Gunn. He'll take the shot, and it goes out of play.
All those pucks seem to be on end this period, Joe. Bouncing and flipping. Nothing going straight.
Jack, have we seen O'Brien in a while?
No, we haven't seen him since
I think he's,
just the beginning of the second period, Joe.
Man, hopefully he is okay. Hopefully the injury is not coming back on him, because such a key component to this team. Nice rush here, right down the middle of the ice, the backhand save. Nice shot there, trying to whistle in the front, can't do it. Kept in at the point, Nealon, he'll shoot it. Shot tip wide, rebound, shot loose again. Winthrop trying to get a stick on it. Shot blocked, and back comes Hayes. They got 3 up with McCullough and Duggan. They slide it over to McCullough. McCullough, the shot wider than that. All the way back to the point though. Winthrop had some chances, and Danvers tried to capitalize, coming back on the play. Winthrop breaks it up, and in the middle they go. Winthrop on the fly now. It's Driscoll. Driscoll feathers it down low, hits off the glass. Martino now. Danvers is going to see if they can send away, and away they go, but it's going to be broken up nicely by Brugman. Oh, Brugman. Talk about an all-star performance. Andrew Brugman. Now controlled by Winthrop. I tell you, DeLeo now. They lose it in front. Now to Benedetto. He's going to turn and look up ice to Garino. Winthrop with it. Garino now bringing it across. Garino dumps it in. LeClaire going after it. LeClaire going hard. LeClaire wins the puck. LeClaire battling hard, but Danvers coming in to help out. LeClaire battles 2 players, gets the puck. LeClaire still battling, but he was by himself. It shuffled around the boards. And it gets out of the zone, and Paulson, they are going to call it. But I tell you, the stick. And Danvers will have a big power play with 10:36 remaining in the hockey game. No score. Danvers on the power play. Paulson got his stick up, and he spun around, make sure he let everyone see it, and down he went. And they got a face-off inside the Winthrop blue line. Big moment of this game.
This is the big test, Joe. They're going to send out Danny Wilson and Bobby Nealon to start the penalty killing.
All right, Gotts is up front. They got their big lineup out there. This is the group that they think is going to get it done. McCullough, Duggan, and Gotts up front. Hayes on defense along with Betancourt. Winthrop wins the draw, and Danvers gets it back and pushes it in the Winthrop end. Winthrop really does have its money players out there on this penalty kill, but Danvers gets it where they want it. They got it set up at the point. Hayes shuffles it over, pass across. Look how quickly they whistle that puck back and forth. Setting it up in front, shot, blocked. Again, Winthrop trying to get it along the boards. Tip back to the point. Hayes, he's so nimble along that point. And now Hayes along the blue line. Winthrop trying to break it up. Couldn't get a stick on it. Down now Betancourt. Betancourt down low. Brugman on him. McCullough now along the boards. Danvers looking for that quick pass and that quick shot. One time blocked along the boards. Winthrop going after it. They clear it. Beautiful play by Nealon. Nealon going after it in the corner against Sullivan. Sullivan wraps it in. Winthrop gets to it. They put it behind the net. And that'll work just as well as it killed a lot of time. 36 seconds left. Danvers now forced to change up a bit on the power. No, they keep the same group out there. Block a save by Sullivan. Goes in the corner. Winthrop going after it. And it's kept in. Now cleared. Winthrop now. This is Hayes. Feathers it in low. Goes behind the net. Winthrop Gunn gets to it first. Gunn with a lot of room. Gunn will try to get it out. Can't do it. Intercepted. Down low now. Brugman wraps it around the boards. It's up along the glass, kept in. Good play defensively by Betancourt to keep it in. Right in front, blocked. Brugman, blocked again. Brugman, Winthrop can't clear it. The power play is up. Winthrop trying to clear, can't do it. Winthrop at full strength, shot across Sullivan, stop. Loose puck. Danvers trying to play it back to the point. This is Betancourt, broken up. Winthrop gets control, sends it out. The race is on to Leo, but it's going to be icing against Winthrop.
All right, both sides are at even strength now with 8:49 left in this final period.
Feel a little like Johnny Most.
Yeah, this is a big one of the year, Joe, and it means so much.
All right, Justin Dubé, a face-off against Nealon down to the left of Sullivan. I mean, one goal is going to reverberate through this rink. I mean, whoever comes up with it, it's going to be a monster. Gotts now breaks it up, shuffles it in. Winthrop back. It's good to see O'Brien back out there. That means he's healthy, and that's really what you care about. Nice pass up to Martino. He's streaking. Martino going after it. Nice hit along the boards. Kneeling in to try to dig it out. Trying to dig it free. It's down here in front of us. Kneeling and Martino trying to dig it out. Kneeling battling. And Martino, Kneeling still working. They get it along the boards. Kneeling still working. Martino pushes it down low. Picked up by Langmaid. Langmaid now up the boards. Kept in by Wilson. The shot blocked. Excuse me, that was kept in by Kneeling, and it was blocked. Danvers now hustles up. Pass across. Flipped up. Goes wide. Kneeling going after it. Leaving it for Driscoll. Driscoll now. Again, sloppy kept it in. Winthrop's got to get control and try to get it out of there. Now Paulson wraps it around the boards. Not out. Kept in smartly at the point. Danvers. But now Driscoll's got plenty of room to skate it out. Plays it back now. Winthrop now. Pass up. Winthrop changing up. Then they get Leclerc. He's hammered along the boards. Leclerc was absolutely hammered. Puck along the other side now. Garino smartly down into the Winthrop Danvers end. DeLeo now going after it. DeLeo tying up the defender. Garino keeps it in. Winthrop, Garino hit, knocked down. Garino battling from the ice. Garino administered a little punishment of his own. Kept in, pushed down low. This is DeLeo, backhand, shot, wide. Rebound, puck action picking up now. Leclerc up the boards, kept in, shot, tip, save. Actually not tip, but it floated up and saved by Sullivan.
No, again, Joe, we haven't got that real bullet on net yet.
No, we haven't.
A little flipping over on us.
This place would
7:08 left.
Check if something would come our way down here. Winthrop usually makes it happen down here. They did against Lynn English, rallied for 2 goals. See if they can do it here in a 0-0 tie in this hockey game. Who would have thunk it between these two teams? Now Wilson digs it free. Wilson puts it on, trying to put it in front. Can't do it. Wilson with it. Wilson right in front. Score! Score! Winthrop scores! Aruzioni with the goal! And Winthrop takes the lead! What a play by Wilson in front to Aruzioni! And Winthrop leads 1-0. As Aruzioni with a big goal here. And that one sends shockwaves all the way out to Utah.
Good job by Danny Wilson digging up from behind the net. Had some pressure by a defenseman. Lost the puck, got it back, and finally set it out in front to young Mike Aruzioni for the 1-0 lead Vikings.
And that could be a big one. Duggan coming back. Winthrop shot. They score like that. Seconds into it. They got the big guns out there. And they didn't waste any time. They scored 7 seconds after Winthrop had scored to tie it at 1. I tell you, if Winthrop could have found a way to weather that first strike by Danvers, they would have had all the momentum in the world. But guess what? They got caught flat-footed, and Danvers ties it at 1. Unbelievable. DeLeo now, the face-off. Up and out of play, face-off again. This is O'Brien. As incredibly, Danvers answers seconds.
We're tied again. We're untied for only 7 seconds in this game. And we're back to being tied again.
Was it Duggan who got the goal, Jack?
We don't know. We'll have to wait for the official.
All right, DeLeo, the face-off.
Duggan was doing most of the celebrating.
Well, he's a big celebrator. Hayes with a goal. And now back comes Winthrop. DeLeo, shot, save, rebound. Winthrop couldn't get a stick on it. And back comes Danvers. This is McCullough. He's hit, broken up. Winthrop now, Brugman, broken up. Leclerc does a good job to dump it in the Danvers end. 1-1 hockey game. Everything you expected and more in this one. Long pass up to Duggan, plays off his skate. Now Winthrop back with it. DeLeo, a nice job to dump it in the corner. I tell you, I like what this line has done against this group, though. Up and out of the zone, deflects off of Paulson, down on Sullivan. Leaves it quickly. Winthrop with some skating room. Rushes on. They slide it in. That was Gunn. Winthrop trying to get to the puck. And it's cleared out. This could be icing. And it is icing against Danvers. Wow, Danvers wants that quick strike. And we haven't seen a chance like that really in this game. But we're down to 5:51. Winthrop 1-1 hockey game with Danvers. Conference implications.
Joe, how does a tie look to us?
A tie actually is very good for us because that would really knock Danvers away from it. We'd have to beat Beverly and Saugus. They win the draw, and it goes all the way back to the point man. Paulson turns, shoots, and it's blocked in front, and now pops out up into the Winthrop end. And this should be icing again, and it is. Hey, we take this. Let's let it just send it down. We'll set it up again, maybe win a couple face-offs, get a couple more shots on net. What a big goal by Aruzioni. Can't let it slip away from us with, how big that goal was with the tying goal by Danvers. But
I wish we had more time to enjoy Aruzioni's goal. We still enjoy it, but you know what I mean.
He's back out there. He wins the draw. Here's the Brugman in the slot. Broke it up and cleared out of the zone. And Gotts, but Winthrop gets back quickly and they break it up. And Winthrop puts it to center. Winthrop now along the boards. Wilson battling. Aruzioni battling, and they win the puck. Aruzioni goes down low, shuffles it behind the net. Good play by Aruzioni again. Up along the boards, Moran. Moran in the slot. Moran kept in by Winthrop. This is Moran now. Winthrop pushes it down to Wilson. In front, it's loose. Aruzioni, look at the number 2 as he's digging at it, and that's out of play. Stopping the play with 5:05. Now, if you're Danvers, you got to be thinking about that. You got to be thinking 1-1 doesn't do us any good. All right, big face off to the left of C.J. Sullivan. Nealon and LeClaire are out there with Driscoll. Danvers has answered with their big line. This is Hayes, Duggan, and McCullough. Look for them to see a lot of ice time in this final 5 minutes, Jack. And Hayes wins the puck. Hayes bringing it back. Hayes over the line. And he loses it. And Winthrop gets it back, and they clear it to center. And now back on the stick of Winthrop. A lot of skating room, they dump it in. Not a good play there, but now coming back is Danvers. If Winthrop can get back on the defensive end, Hayes now, hit off the puck, good play. Now LeClaire coming back. Frank LeClaire shuffles it in the middle, good play. To keep control of it is Driscoll. Driscoll over the blue line. Driscoll right in. Driscoll shot wide of the net. Pulled the trigger and pulled it wide. And now dumped to center, Winthrop with it. They push it back on the stick of Nealon. Nealon now at center. Gets it up to Driscoll. Driscoll over the line. Tried to get around the defender, and now it's picked up by Duggan. They got to get a guy on him in a hurry. Duggan's the type of guy you don't want to leave loose for too long. Talented athlete. Pass up, goes behind Driscoll. Broken up. Wilson, Winthrop trying to get control, can't do it. DeLeo out there with Wilson, and Driscoll changing up. Sullivan elects to tie it up. Good play, smart play. Danvers players around 1-1 game with 4:01 remaining in the hockey game. Wow. A better game than the first one?
That was a beautiful first game. I remember that was up at Salem State. But right now, Joe, 1-1, down to 4 minutes left. You don't get much better than this.
No. I mean, when these two teams play, it's always an entertaining hockey game. This is DeLeo, loses the draw. Danvers, the shot save. Blocked. Now Winthrop with a player ahead of the field. It's Wilson, but they lose it. Blocked now. Winthrop keeps it in the Danvers end. We're going to be content just to keep it down here. Winthrop now with control. They dump it in. This is good for Winthrop. Down to 3:43. Winthrop can't play too passable. They lose it. Along the boards, Winthrop look like they got it back. Garino breaks it up. Good play by Luke to keep it in. Dumps it down low. DeLeo going after it now. DeLeo, strong man out there. DeLeo with it. DeLeo knocked off the puck. Broken up though. Winthrop keeps it in. Danvers now trying to send a flyer away. Broken up. Beautiful play by Winthrop there. That was Brugman again. What a solid defensive game he has played. He has been money tonight, I'll tell you that much. Oh, what a hit there by Brugman. Wrapped him up and knocked him down. Winthrop now can't get control of it, but it's down in the Winthrop end. Danvers now.
Penalty on that, Joe.
Got a penalty for that hit? Oh, wow. I tell you, Danvers has had the advantage in that department. Danvers, we're going to get another power play. It's third of the game, and Winthrop with only one power play in this hockey game.
I think it's Garino going out, though, Joe.
Oh, a cross check. No, that wasn't the hit then. Wasn't a cross check on the hit. All right, 2:58, and now Danvers is back in the driver's seat with a power play and a face-off to the right of Sullivan.
Bad time for a penalty, Joe, as you know. Under 3 minutes left.
If Winthrop could weather this storm, I wonder if Danvers will pull out all the stops in the final minute 30, maybe pull their goalie to go for the win. If Winthrop can weather this one here. Danvers power play.
Worth it, Joe.
I know, you just won. I mean, later on, right, you think about the tournament, but if they're going for the conference, they might have to. All right, this is back. Oh, Winthrop sends out to Leo. This is what you need to do, disrupt. Nealon loses his stick. Bad break, but a bad break for Danvers as Hayes gets caught up. Long pass for Duggan. Does a good job to retrieve it. Duggan over the line. Picked up by Gunn. He leaves it for McCullough. McCullough stopping. Danvers is patient now. They're going to set it up for the big one-timer. McCullough now at the circle. Shot. Score. I didn't see if it was tipped up, but Danvers, they make it 2-1. Power play goal for Danvers. And now Winthrop will be scrambling in the final 2:30. Winthrop's got to shake this off, somehow find a way to get that tying goal. There's plenty of time left for Winthrop. And that power play didn't take too long. As Danvers. Let's face it, they're not state champions for nothing. Justin Dubé now. Winthrop needs to find a little bit of magic. LeClaire. Shot, save, goes in the corner. Winthrop, Wilson going after it. Wilson pushes it in front. Danvers, Winthrop with it now. Right in front, Nealon trying to get to the puck. Nealon trying to set it up. Gets it back to the point. Shot deflects its way, but it's blocked, and Danvers comes back. Winthrop trying to break it up. They do. Wilson breaks it up. Wilson, the rep, going through. Wilson trying to make something happen. Going after it. Now it's cleared by Danvers. We're down to under 2 minutes remaining in the hockey game. Winthrop pushes it up to LeClaire, but it's too far. LeClaire blocks it, keeps it in. LeClaire trying to push it in. Now Winthrop, they slide it free, but it's picked up by Danvers. Winthrop's got to find that tying goal. Remember, a tie is still very good for Winthrop. They've got a 1-goal lead, and they've fallen behind. Now Brugman trying to make a little magic happen. Shot, save, there's no one there, but the goalie, C.J. Sullivan, to tie it up. We got a face-off down here to the right of Sullivan. DeLeo, Garino, Aruzioni out there with Gunn on defense along with O'Brien. Aruzioni will take the face-off. They might want to try to get it to DeLeo. Big face-off here. Duggan will take the draw against Aruzioni. Aruzioni, the draw goes in the corner. Danvers trying to wrap it out. Can't do it. Kept in beautifully at the point. Now Aruzioni heading to the net. Shot blocked. Kept in now. Pushed down low, but on the stick of Langmaid. Langmaid flips it up, and Danvers flips it out. Duggan, nice hit there by Gunn. He played him nicely, and now picked up by O'Brien. O'Brien wraps it around the boards, and it's only Garino who's after it. Garino, nice pass in the middle to DeLeo. It's broken up, and Winthrop picks it up on the rush now. Going right in. Good play there by Gunn. And now it's Aruzioni and Garino. Garino, they got to try to put something on net here. Back to the point. On the other side, goalie out, the shot, save. Big stop there. Winthrop got to find a way. The goalie's out of the net. This is Gunn. His shot blocked. Goes in the corner. Winthrop is on it first. Wilson now. Wheeling. Shot hit the skate of DeLeo. Winthrop trying to answer now. Plays it back to the point. O'Brien, his shot never saw its way to the net. The puck popped up. Winthrop back it, and it's tied up. It was in the net. Oh, it's in the net, and the official blew it dead. And the official whistled it dead, and Winthrop loses that one. But I'm sure the official lost sight of the puck, and he had to blow it dead. Now look at this. Duggan and Hayes, they're going at it themselves on their own team.
You should give Duggan a penalty on this, Joe.
Well, Duggan doesn't see any penalties anymore. For some reason, Duggan's an angel boy now. And wait a minute, let's see what happens.
He's giving someone a penalty.
Someone's getting a penalty. Now, Duggan would be a good man to get out of this hockey game. But Garino may be going into the box. Driscoll. Gunn. And a Ruzioni as they skate 5 on Wilson, right? Wilson, 6 on 5. Face off now. Big one here. Nealon. Brugman setting up. Winthrop looking for that tying goal, and it's a big one. This is Nealon now. Nealon on the draw. Wins it cleanly. Back to Brugman. His shot never saw its way through. Winthrop can't get a good shot away. Winthrop battling. Digging it free is Nealon. Right in front. Shot. Blocked. And Danvers with it. God's class will be icing against Danvers, right?
Yep, icing.
And we'll have a face-off down here with 17 seconds remaining in the game. Winthrop just needs to find a way to get that tying goal. That tying goal for them is as good as a win in this one. The tying goal, another big face-off here to the right of Sullivan. Danvers fighting for their conference hopes. Duggan will take the draw against Nealon. They're gonna try to get it back to Brugman. Nealon whistles Wilson over this side. Nealon now with DeLeo out there. Face off, controlled by Danvers, and they pop it out of the zone. It's gonna be icing again. Big face off with 12 seconds. Winthrop's gotta win this face off. They can't afford to lose this face off. Nealon now. Nealon against Duggan again. Nealon, draw, one cleanly by Winthrop. The shot blocked. Winthrop's got to get control of the puck. It's wrapped around the boards. It's Duggan, not out, kept in by Brugman. Flipped up. Winthrop trying to get to it. 3 seconds left. We're clear. And that is going to do it. And Danvers has come in and defeated Winthrop after Winthrop took a 1-0 lead. The Falcons of Danvers battle back to go in first place by a point now over Winthrop. And Winthrop is looking up again, and they will need a little help once again. Danvers is out to salute C.J. Sullivan, but Winthrop played a whale of a game. But Danvers is celebrating possible tie for the conference championships, depending what happens to Saugus and Winthrop down the line. But Danvers, they came in, they battled back in the third period. Winthrop took the lead, 1-0 goal by Ruzioni. But Danvers, like they have in the past, seems to rally from behind.
Yep, the last few minutes of the game, that's when Danvers is at its best. They proved it again here tonight. They stand up tall when the game's on the line. Great goaltending from both sides, and a great hockey game from all sides, Joe. It was a very enjoyable evening.
All right, Winthrop will head into the locker room. A tough 2-1 loss, 2 brutal losses to Danvers this season. 2 games that they really could have won, but just come up a little bit short against a talented Danvers team. Next up for Winthrop is Beverly, as Winthrop will have to try to keep it going, get it going again. Still a lot of hockey to be played. Danvers still has a match against, rematch against Gloucester later in the season. You never know, they could stub their toe again, but Winthrop will need some help, and they've got to take care of Beverly on Saturday and then Saugus later in the season. Saugus on the 20th, but the game up in Beverly is next up for Winthrop, as Winthrop's winning streak without a loss comes to an end as they fall to Danvers by a score of 2-1. All right, for Jack Trainer, Mike D'Elia, and Sean Inglis, is Joe Moseri saying good night from the Larson rink. Another tough loss to Danvers, a heartbreaker, as the Danvers Falcons take a 2-1 victory and catapult themselves into first place in the conference by a point over Winthrop. The final score, 2-1 Danvers. We'll see you all Saturday night.